everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Dr. Gitanjali Devi. I'm a dental surgeon and a part-time YouTuber. If you are new to my channel, please don't forget to subscribe my channel and click the bell icon so that you will get my notification whenever I post a video. So without wasting time, let's start. So today's topic is digestion and absorption. This is a part 1. The part 2 will be uploaded soon. So let's start. Digestion and absorption. In this topic, we will discuss mainly teeth, gastric gland, process of digestion and disorders. So, what is digestion? What is the meaning of digestion? It is a mechanical and biomechanical process. So, here you can see that the complex food is converted into simple food by the water and the enzyme. The enzymes are all digestive that are hydrolyzed. Next, the human digestive system. The human digestive system consists of alimentary canal and associated gland. So in the textbook, some of this written here, the alimentary canal begin with the anterior opening, the mouth, and open out posteriorly through the anus. The mouth leads to the buccal cavity or the oral cavity. The oral cavity has a number of teeth and a muscular. So which is an important point are highlighted here. You can note down the highlighted point. So, here we will discuss about teeth of the human. The teeth of the human, the oral cavity has a number of teeth and a muscular tongue. Each tooth is embedded into a socket of jawbone. This type of attachment is called as thecodent. Majority of the mammal, including human being, which are us, forms a two sets of teeth during their life. So, in our life, there is a two sets of teeth, that is primary and a permanent teeth. So, we are called as diphyodont. An adult teeth consists of, see here, types of teeth in human is diphyodont, thecodont and heterodont. Next, what is diphyodont? Two sets of teeth, which is primary and secondary dentitions. Primary dentition is also called as temporary deciduous or the milk teeth, which are 20. In this 20 teeth, this is incisor, canine, molar. So total incisor is 2, canine is 1, molar is 2. So total 5 in upper region on the 1/4 of the quadrant. So total 20 teeth. Secondary dentition is also called as permanent dentition or adult teeth. So in this there is total number of 32. Incisor 2, canine 1, premolar 2, molar 3. So monophyodont is 12 teeth. Next, thecodont, teeth within the socket. What is thecodont? Teeth within the socket. Heterodont. So heterodont are of 4 types. That the roots are one and only, upper jaw and the lower jaw. Here it's include incisor, canine, premolar, molar. So in molar, the upper jaw consists of 3 and the lower jaw consists of 2. In this picture, you can see it. Next, tongue. The tongue is a freely movable muscular organ attached to the floor of the oral cavity by the frenum. The upper surface of the tongue has a small projection called papilla, some of which bear taste bud. The taste buds are present on the upper side of the tongue, which are called papilla. In this picture, you can see the taste bud which causes the taste. The posterior side causes bitter, the anterior more sweet, the lateral side sour and salty. So in this picture you can fully see the tongue structure. Next, pharynx. The oral cavity leads into the short pharynx which serves as a common passage for the food and air. It is a common passage where food and air enter into our body. A cartilaginous flap called the epiglottis prevent the entry of the food into the glottis. This is a door. Epiglottis is the door which closes when we breathe. It opens when we eat. The glottis open during respiration and closes during swallowing. So in this picture you can see the epiglottis structure. Next, esophagus. Now the epiglottis and the pharynx leads to the esophagus. What is esophagus? It is nothing. It is the food pipe. Its length 22 to 25 centimeter. Now the muscles of the esophagus is divided into two: superior, inferior. Superior 1/3 is the skeletal muscle and the inferior 2/3 is the smooth muscle. In esophagus, digestion and absorption both occur. In esophagus, digestion and absorption both don't occur. Only the passes of the food take place. The esophagus is a thin, long tube which extends posteriorly, passing through the neck, thorax and the diaphragm and leads to a J-shaped bag-like structure called the stomach. What are the main functions of the esophagus? The main function of the esophagus are transport food and fluid from the pharynx to the stomach, prevent passive diffusion, prevent reflux of the gastric content. Now here you can see the stomach. The stomach is nothing. It's a muscular sphincter which is also called as gastroesophageal, which regulate the opening of the stomach into the esophagus into the stomach. The stomach located in the upper left portion of the abdominal cavity and has a four major parts: the cardiac portion into which the esophagus open, a fundic region, body which is the main central region, and the pyrolic portion which open into the first part of the small intestine. In this picture you can see it, and the stomach stores food which we take for 4 to 5 hours for digestion. Next, the small intestine. The stomach continue to open to the small intestine. The stomach leads to the small intestine. The small intestine is distinguishable into three regions: a C-shaped duodenum, a long coiled middle portion jejunum, and a highly coiled ileum. The opening of the stomach into the duodenum is guarded by the pyrolic sphincter. Ileum open into the large intestine. The ileum consists of cecum, colon, and rectum. Cecum is a small blind sac which hosts some symbiotic microorganism in narrow finger-like tubular projection. The vermiform appendix, which is a vestigial organ, arises from the cecum. The cecum open into the colon. The colon is divided into four parts: ascending, transverse, descending part, and a sigmoid colon. The descending part open into the rectum, which open out through the anus. Here you note down that brush border columnar epithelium is the lining of the small intestine. This question is mainly asked that the small intestine is lined by which epithelium? So here brush border columnar epithelium. Now moving to the next, the large intestine. It is a long tubular like organ connected to the small intestine at one end and the other end to the anus. So what are the functions of the large intestine? The large intestine has a three primary function: absorption of water and electrolyte, producing and absorbing vitamins, forming and propelling feces towards the rectum for the elimination. So in this picture you can see the process and the parts of the large intestine. Next, we will discuss about the layer of the gut. So alimentary canal, the wall of the alimentary canal from esophagus to the rectum possesses four layers, namely serosa, muscularis, submucosa, and mucosa. So serosa is the outermost layer and it is made up of a thin mesothelium with some connective tissue. So this is also called as epithelium of visceral organ. Muscularis is formed by smooth muscle usually arranged into the inner, circular and outer longitudinal layer. The picture mentioned here, you can clearly see the structure of the alimentary canal from esophagus to the rectum. The intestinal villi. See, the innermost layer lining the lumen of the alimentary canal is the mucosa. This forms irregular fold in the stomach and some small finger-like folding called villi in the small intestine. The cell lining the villi produces numerous microscopic projection called microvilli giving a brush border appearance. So this modification increases the surface area. Villi are supplied with a network of capillaries and large lymph vessel called lacteal. Mucosal epithelium has a goblet cell which secrete mucus that helps in the lubrication. So in this picture you can clearly see the structure of the intestine. Note down all the mentions so that you can get a help while you reading the textbook. So now we will discuss about digestive gland. The digestive gland associated with the alimentary canal includes salivary gland and liver and pancreas. What is digestive gland? The digestive gland secretes the enzyme which help in the digestion of the food. So in the salivary gland, saliva is produced. So saliva is produced by three parts: parotid, which is situated in the cheek, submaxillary, submandibular, and the sublingual. Sublingual is situated below the tongue. This gland, situated just outside the buccal cavity, secretes salivary juice into the buccal cavity. So in the right side of the portion, you can see the digestive glands. Next, composition of saliva. So what is saliva? You have seen in your mouth that the liquid structures come out whenever food is in front of you. So it is released 1.5 per day. And what is the pH of the saliva? 6.8. Please don't forget to note down. These are the very important questions mostly asked in your entrance exams, in your text exams. So please don't forget to note down. So it consists of 99.5% of water, 0.5% of solute. Ions, sodium and potassium, chloride, bicarbonate, phosphate, all these elements are present in your saliva. Also, it included antibacterial enzymes like lysosome, thiocyanates, immunoglobulin, IgA. So, what are the enzymes present in the salivary gland? Salivary amylase, which is also called as ptyalin, lingual lipase mucus, lubricate the food, urea and the uric acid. Next, the liver. So liver is the largest gland of our body which weighs 1.2 to 1.5 kg in an adult human. So it is situated in the abdominal cavity just below the diaphragm and has a two lobe. The hepatic lobule are the structural and functional unit of the liver containing hepatic cell arranged in the form of cords. So in this picture you can clearly see the liver. So each lobule, which is there are two lobules and it is covered by thin connective tissue sheets which is called Gleason capsule. What is Gleason capsule? It is a thin connective tissue sheets which cover each lobule of the liver. So what is the function of the liver? The liver secrete bile from the hepatic cell. So the hepatic ducts and stored in the thin muscular cell. Where the bile is stored? It is stored in the gallbladder. Okay. The duct of the gallbladder, the cystic duct, also called as, along with the hepatic duct, form the liver, forms the common bile duct. The bile duct and the pancreatic duct open together into the duodenum as a common hepatopancreatic duct, and it is guarded by a sphincter called the sphincter of Oddi. So where the sphincter of Oddi is present? It is present in the hepatopancreatic duct. Next, this is a pancreas. See, it is like a cone. Okay. So pancreas is composed of both exocrine and endocrine. It is an elongated organ situated between the limb of the sheath-shaped duodenum. The exocrine portion secretes alkaline pancreatic juice which contains enzyme, and the endocrine portion secretes hormone, insulin and glucagon. Around 95% of the pancreas is exocrine tissue. So don't forget that the 95% of the pancreas tissue is exocrine, and the remaining 5% is hundreds of thousands of endocrine cells which are known as islets of Langerhans. So the pancreas secretes some enzymes. It includes trypsin, chymotrypsin to digest the protein, amylase which helps to break down the carbohydrate, and the lipase helps down to break down the fats into the fatty acids and cholesterol. So pancreatic beta cell releases insulin where blood sugar level that we mainly we say that diabetes occurs. So where from the insulin secreted which control the blood sugar in our body, that releases from the pancreatic beta cell. So thank you for watching my channel. The part 2 will be coming where we will discuss about the digestion of the food, how it's occur, and how the eliminations of the waste products from the body is released from the body. So don't forget to subscribe my channel. Please continue with my channel. Thank you.